Hey guys, so today I was actually in my kitchen and thinking of something to put on this channel. I do have some videos I want to edit as far as food, but I decided to show you guys the transformation my kitchen went through when we first got our home. When we first got our house, I said, I'm going to make more content when I get my kitchen to look the way I want it to look in my head. Not like something I seen somewhere, but just kind of different images I kind of put together. Like I like the pattern of herringbone, so I did a herringbone backsplash. I did get estimates for all of this stuff just so I could see what it would cost to get it done. My backsplash without any supplies, any grout, any mortar, any of that stuff would have cost, let's say, how long ago did I do my backsplash? 2017, 2018, would have been $900 back then just for labor. Um, and because of where I grew up poor and, very self sufficient. And, I was taught how to cut tile and cut glass and mix cement and use mortar and use my hands to do things besides just cook. Cooking is a very important skill. But, this is important as well. So I decided to just do my kitchen myself, seeing that I already had the knowledge. Um, so I cut my tile by hand using a manual tile cutter, got a Dremel tool, got a diamond blade, got diamond blades off Amazon and all of that, and just use clamps to hold my tile pieces down, to cut them, buff them, shape them the way I wanted, and just got it done. This is just multiple videos over the last several years. This year, I'm pretty much doing a refresh on my kitchen. So painting over like, what you call the boards? Baseboards, cabinet doors, getting a refresh. White cabinets tend to show everything. So definitely doing a refresh this year, and I started on doing that. So that's another reason why I put this together. Some of this was done while I was pregnant. In this part of the video, I am pregnant. I think I was maybe 5, 6 months pregnant here. It was summertime. I could see the trees outside. Um, Beginning summer probably, and I wanted the kitchen cabinets painted, so got them painted. I wanted them white because I feel like, my personal opinion, dark colored cabinets like, the mahoganies, anything that's like in the dark chocolate, dark brown, even black type of cabinets, they don't show a mess, so they always look clean. And that kind of makes me paranoid. Yes, it is more work having white cabinets and white, stuff in your kitchen, but at least I could see if it's dirty and it could get cleaned regularly instead of not getting cleaned because it's dark and you don't really see the dirt on there. All right, so painted my cabinets, updated the hardware, and then after I had my baby, I decided to do the kitchen floors. So cleaned the floors, removed all the grease off the floors. I hated the tiles that were in my kitchen. Didn't want to go through the whole demo thing of ripping them up. So a quick fix was getting vinyl tile. This is peel and stick tile, and I added extra glue on the bottom to make sure they do not move and shift. And yeah, I did all of this while breastfeeding. At this point in time, I had 4 children. So there's still a part of my kitchen that hasn't been done. So you saw that cabinet like desking on the side towards the wall. That hasn't been done yet. So that's another project for a later date. Probably going to get done in the next month or two or week. I don't know. I do things depending on my mood. I DIY, do projects, makeovers in my house, depending on my mood and how I feel. Now, this light was bothering me. I call it a booby light, and it was bothering me. All the hard work I did in my kitchen, and this light was over my island, just kind of cramping my style. And I wanted pendant lights. I wanted 3 gold pendant lights. Didn't get an estimate for this. I knew no basic wiring for electrical. So I decided to give it a try. I did run into some problems, which was a joist in the ceiling, which I wasn't even thinking about, but I ran into it. So it's basically a piece of wood that goes straight across. This is to hold up the floor upstairs. Basically, it's supportive structure, so you can't really cut it, but I did make a hole in it to run my line. Isn't going to compromise that piece of wood. Okay, so yeah, did my pendant lights. I ended up getting the lights for super cheap on one of these online sites. um, Actually it was Amazon. I like to put things in my cart and check on them regularly to see if there's a glitch or a sale or whatever. So I was able to get these lights. If I'm not mistaken, I got two of them for $20 or something like that. I ended up buying like two sets or three sets, something like that, because I ended up putting one of the lights over my kitchen sink. If you hear a rapper in the background, that's my baby eating her cheese stick. But yeah, as you guys could see, I know, electrical can be kind of scary and complicated. So long as you take the power off, the power supply, take it off and have an extra source of light that you can use to see, you should be fine. But do not have any power running while you are working. You will shock yourself. That's dangerous, okay? All right, so I thoroughly enjoyed installing these lights. Okay, you see that booby light in the back? That's bothering me. I actually replaced that. Debating if I want to put it in this video or not, or just put it on a separate video. All my DIY content is actually on my Life with Queenie page. I have 3 YouTube channels. I have the makeup one, this cooking one, and then my DIY one, where I show people how to DIY, do little hacks around the house and garden, and that one's called Life with Queenie. Okay, but this is what the kitchen looked like prior to me doing the countertops, which are epoxy. I did not want to spend thousands of dollars on marble or new granite. I decided to go ahead and work with what I had. My granite was very cracked. I filled in this crack when we first bought the house. This was a large crack across the countertop. I filled it in with epoxy, and then once I got to the point of where I wanted to redo it, I shaved it down, filled in the other crack behind the faucet that was starting to open up, and pretty much kind of fixed it, I guess. Fix that crack, right? And then go over it with primer. And then my paint that I'm using, this is not a latex paint. This is a type of enamel paint. For more information on any of these videos, because these are multiple videos, please go on my DIY channel. I'll put the link down below in the description box and in the comment section so that you guys could check it out. But like I said, I didn't want to spend thousands of dollars on kitchen countertops or granite. Like, a lot of people don't realize it, but most countertops, even the fancy marble, they do change color over a period of time, and they need to be resealed every 4 years. When you get them installed, majority of the time they get a sealer on them. It's stone, it's porous, it will absorb stains, colors, everything. So a lot of the comments when I did my epoxy was, oh, is it gonna get stains, is it gonna get this, is it gonna turn yellow? It didn't turn yellow like a banana or anything like that. It's slightly oxidized, but it's still pretty much white. I would call it more of a lighter natural white now. When I first did it, it was bright white, just like when you paint a wall and the paint at first looks super bright, and then when it dries it darkens just a tad bit. Same, okay? But super happy with how my countertops turned out. They're also due for a refresh. It's going to be 4+ years. I think the baby's going to be 5 this year, so it's going to be a little bit over 4 years since I installed or did this epoxy over my granite countertop. I did not like my granite countertop. It just looked like ground beef, and I just hated it. I hated that it was a dark color. I couldn't, even if I cleaned it, I could clean it 5 times, I still felt like it was dirty because I couldn't tell if there was something on it because of the color, and it had that textured look even though it was smooth. I don't know, it was just a thing. Anyway, this is the result of the epoxy. Absolutely love it, still love it 4 years later, and will do it again and again if I have to. All right, but thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe and share this with your friends. Bye guys.